Hello, good morning to you. For Telesur, I'm Regan Devines coming to you live from Caracas, Venezuela. Thank you so much for joining us. Our top story this morning comes from Mexico, where authorities have released street video footage of 3 men who they suspect of the murder of photojournalist Ruben Espinosa. They have not yet been identified. In the video, the men can be seen with 2 suitcases that officials say may have contained stolen items from the apartment where they killed Ruben Espinosa, activist Nadia Vera, and 3 other women. Veracruzan journalist Walter Ramirez told Telesur that he and others believe that Espinosa and Vera were at the wrong place at the wrong time. Espinosa and Vera had both publicly said that they felt there was a threat to their lives by the governor of Veracruz, Javier Duarte.
We are investigating, as we said, all lines of investigation, and we have a precise view of the journalistic activity that Ruben did, as well as the ordinary activity, which of course is under investigation here at the Attorney General's office.
Now, various human rights organizations have called for an immediate investigation and clarification of Espinosa's case and the 4 women killed along with him. Evidence suggests that they were all tied up, were tortured, and all the women apparently sexually violated. There are conflicting reports regarding whether a party took place. Activists and human rights defenders have called on government officials to not just focus on Espinosa's death. They want all lines of investigation to be exhausted.
This needs to be clarified. This crime against this young man, of this social activist, of how journalist Ruben Espinosa died. All the lines of investigation should be followed, but the media activity that was mentioned must not be dismissed.
Still in Mexico, the mining company giant Grupo Mexico is in the spotlight once more. Environmental activists have stepped up protest action, stating that the company's mining project was and is still environmentally harmful. The activists claim that Grupo Mexico has refused to clean up after itself 12 months after causing a toxic spill in the Sonora Bacanuchi River, a claim the company has denied. The spill has threatened thousands of residents with contaminated water. A year later, an activist say the river is still contaminated.
Por lo que podemos comprobar,
from what we can confirm, 12 months after the incident, the federal government, in regards to Buena Vista copper mine, have ignored remediation in the Sonora River caused by the spill. The government have not paid attention, and Grupo Mexico has been constantly lying to the public that the problem is resolved and that the river is clean.
To Argentina now, where all political coalitions are preparing for the upcoming presidential primaries next Sunday. From Buenos Aires, our correspondent Laureano Ponce with a perspective on elections which may see social movements wield considerable influence.
More than 32 million citizens are eligible to vote for 13 presidential hopefuls from 9 different coalitions in Argentina's presidential primaries next Sunday. Recent polls show that Cristina Fernández's Front for Victory nominee and Governor of Buenos Aires province, Daniel Scioli, is the front-runner with between 36 to 44% of the votes.
The social movements are now popular movements, and now is the time for land, home, and jobs. A home for each family to have, the land for the campesinos to feel safe, and the jobs, formal and decent jobs.
Running second in the polls is the right-wing coalition Cambiemos, which has nominated 3 candidates. Among its hopefuls, the pro-business Buenos Aires City Mayor Mauricio Macri is most likely to win.
We believe that Argentina will expand, that its economy will grow. Today everything is stuck. We have all sorts of obstacles that stop us from growing.
Other fronts like the center-right Una Nueva Alternativa or the liberal Progresistas have nominated only 1 candidate, and they are expected to compete for the 3rd place.
We hope to play a good role to show that there is an alternative different from those that are favored by powerful sectors, Instead, we hope to become strong in the territory and to be favored by the people.
Besides defining their candidates, each coalition must reach at least 1.5% of the vote in order to be able to run in the general elections in October 25. Laureano Ponce, Telesur, Buenos Aires.
And for more now in Latin American news, we go to Colombia, where 16 policemen have died and 2 more injured when the helicopter they were traveling in crashed into the side of a mountain in a wooded region of northwestern Colombia. Initial reports say the helicopter flew into some strong winds, which caused the accident. The 2 survivors were rushed to the hospital in serious condition. The aircraft and police on board were taking part in a counter-narcotics operation in the department of Antioquia, northwest of the capital, Bogota. 4 days ago, another aircraft carrying soldiers crashed, killing all personnel on board.
We're pursuing a full investigation. For now, the most likely scenario is that the helicopter flew into a 120-knot velocity, which is about 180 kilometers, 111 miles an hour. Possibly because of low clouds, the helicopter's remains were found completely scattered.
In Peru, high tides caused large waves that slammed against a new pier in the town of Pisco in southern Peru. The structure was completely destroyed. The pier had been inaugurated by Peruvian President Ollanta Humala about 18 months ago. The cost of the pier was $1.2 million. Local reports said benches, sidewalks, poles and railings at the Alameda del Litoral pier had been torn away by the strong waves. This prompted locals to express their disappointment at officials, saying that buffer mechanisms should have been put in place to better secure the structure.
You can see for yourself. What a pity that a strong investment goes to waste and is washed away by the water or nature. This was not anticipated. If they had planned for this, we wouldn't be in this situation.
And now a brief of other breaking news stories from across the globe.
The piece of Boeing 777 found on the shores of Reunion Island last week will begin to be analyzed in the next few hours in France. The debris is believed to be part of the MH370, which mysteriously disappeared over 16 months ago. Experts, however, believe it won't be so easy, but according to local media, results could be announced as soon as later in the day. In India, another tragedy has put the country in the headlines. 2 express trains were partially derailed off a flooded bridge. The accident has left over 21 persons dead and about 100 injured. Divers using gas cutters pull out passengers trapped in water-glued coaches. 300 people have been rescued from the wrecks. Dozens have been rushed to the hospital. Heavy monsoon rains and the tail end of a cyclone have killed more than 100 people across India. Officials announced compensation for the victims of the train wrecks. The government of Myanmar has appealed for international assistance. The country has been seriously affected by heavy monsoon rains that have killed at least 47 people. There are more than 210,000 affected by widespread flooding. They are in dire need of food, shelter and clothing. The UN has reported that thousands of farmland acres have been flooded. They warned this could disrupt the planting season and impact long-term food security. Another fire in Washington has forced the evacuation of the entire town of Roosevelt. By midday Tuesday, the flames had burned several structures, including barns. The Klickitat County Sheriff said 300 people have been evacuated.
Thanks to our news team and Keith for putting together that report. We end in sports this morning. The U.S. football club LA Galaxy has introduced its newest player. He is Mexican forward Giovanni Dos Santos, known for his career in European teams. Dos Santos has signed a 4-year, $34 million contract. His new teammates believe that he is an extraordinary addition to the team, and he will play his first game this Thursday. Dos Santos hopes he will not disappoint.
Well, I'm very proud of being Mexican. It's going to be great to play with my Mexican fans here in Los Angeles. and I hope I can represent very well my Mexican fans and my Mexican people. And I can't wait to get on the pitch and play with my team.
For more on these and other up-to-the-minute stories and reports, please join us on our website, telesurtv.net/English. For Telesur English, I'm Regan Devines, and have a safe and productive day.